There you go. Anyway, so yeah, so the plan is generally that I'm gonna face her whenever George gets to America. He's just waiting on his visa. And then once he gets that and he comes to America, then we're gonna we're gonna meet up. Obviously, we're gonna do videos together. We're gonna do make IRL stuff. We have a dream team house where we are gonna do lots of epic stuff and make content and stuff together. We setting it up in a way where essentially it's kind of a content house, but I mean it's also living house, obviously. And one of those things is that there's like extra bedrooms for guests that could come over and stay. And so like Carl, Quackity, whatever. Everyone that wants to can pretty much come by whenever they would like to, and they have a room to stay and make content with us, or just whatever, come by Florida and make some content. And part of that is like kind of just making sure that it's all set up so people can make their content. And so essentially each of the rooms that obviously we're gonna have our rooms, our offices, whatever, but each of the guest rooms for them, and we wanted to have enough so everyone could stay at once. Essentially, it's like if Carl and Quackity both wanted to come, and let's say Tina and Bad Boy Halo or Corpse or something, then we'd have enough room. And one of the things that I thought would be really cool to do is to make it so that if people were to come over and stay, that they wouldn't. The big deterrent to people actually staying somewhere for longer than like a day or two is that they can't make their own content because they don't have their computer and they don't have any of their like setup stuff, or they don't have a green screen, they don't have a camera, a mic, they don't have their own room. They have to sleep on like a couch or something. And so essentially what I wanted to do was I wanted to make it so that everybody had a place to stay, and then also a setup. And so in order to do that, I got some sponsors in order to make it so that every room could have like a fully fledged setup, essentially. That way, whenever, like, let's say Carl came over, he could do streams and everything on his and have a green screen, and have a mic, and have a camera, and have a keyboard and mouse, and have a a really nice PC, and the same for like if Quacky was there at the same time, he could literally he could just stream like normal and have it set up, and he could. And one of the things that I told Carl is I wanted to do a stream with Carl where he like kind of like decks out like one of his like his his what his room would be, like his guest room or whatever. He like decks it out so he can make it how he wants it. And I wanted to do the same with Quackity if Quackity wanted to do it, but I didn't talk to Quackity about it. But anyway, in order to do that, I wanted to do I didn't want to be splurging out and spending like tens of thousands of dollars on like setups and stuff. So I got sponsors for different things, and some of those I think you'll probably see like a tweet from George, and I'll probably tweet out something soon. But one of the sponsors that right now I'm going to raid into is Power GPU. And Power GPU, essentially, I'm not right now. This isn't an ad read or anything because I'm just rating them. But I just want to tell you guys who they are. That way you know what's coming. Is they're building 7 PCs. They're building one for George for his setup because George wants to keep his old PC in the UK. So whenever he does travel to the UK, he has a setup. So they're building like a really awesome PC for George. They're building a really awesome PC for me. And they're building a travel PC for us. So whenever we record videos like Minecraft challenges, we have a PC to take with us to go to like a travel place. And they're also building 4 other PCs that ideally would be in the guest, places for, Carl, Quackity, Tina, whoever ends up staying, whether it be, Puns or Tommy or Tubbo or Rainbow or anybody that wants to come by and stay, they'd have a PC and a setup and be able to do all their stream stuff, not in a scuffed way. So they're building 7 PCs, which is kind of ridiculous. And they're being very gracious about it. So I thought I'd raid them. Yeah, I never asked you guys pretty much ever to sub or gift subs or anything. But when I raid these guys because they're doing something super cool. If you'd like to stick around, hang with them, maybe talk with them, and drop some Twitch primes, what I want to do is I want to raid them and let's surprise them. Let's surprise them by Twitch priming. Obviously it's free, so it doesn't cost you guys anything. But basically, anyone that donates to them or subs to them or whatever is literally essentially paying for the Dream Team setups, for the Dream Team and guest setups. So if you'd like to, you can, and just chat with them and hang with them.